Hey everyone, my name is Nigel and I started making videos about 15 years ago. And when I first started out, I was filming a lot of skateboarding videos. And one thing that I've always liked about the cameras that I used back then, like the Sony VX and the Canon GL series cameras, was that they were really ergonomic and they had top handles. And when I started using cameras like this, the DSLR style cameras, that's something that I always missed, was having a top handle on my camera. So a couple of you have asked what that handle was that I've been using on my GH3 and G6, and this is it right here. This is just a little rig that I came up with that is really cheap and really easy to put together. It only takes two little components and they're both inexpensive, and what's nice is that you can just plop it right onto your camera, plug your mic in, and you're good to go. And as you can see, my hand is actually placed right above where all the weight of the camera is. So it makes it really ergonomic to hold, and it's a lot better than just using a Coldshoe handle all by itself. So I'm just gonna take it apart real quick and I'll show you all how I put it together. So the first thing that we have is a little Coldshoe extension bracket. This one is by Movo. This is the DSE4, so it's a 4-inch extension bracket. What's cool about this one is that you can actually move the male part of the Coldshoe like anywhere on the bracket that you want. So I like to put it at the end, and then what that allows me to do is put the Coldshoe to extend out in front of the lens like this. That means that I'll be able to position my Coldshoe handle a little bit better than just putting it straight on there. That's another thing that I'd like to mention too, is I know that like for a time these Coldshoe handles are being sold and everybody really liked these. I've never understood how someone can use a Coldshoe handle like this just straight onto the camera. Because like you put it on like this and it's too front heavy and it just looks weird and it doesn't feel ergonomic at all. You put it on like this and it's too back heavy and it just doesn't feel right either. So that's always been a pet peeve. Like I don't know how people can use them just straight onto the hot shoe of the cameras. So what I do is I take my Coldshoe handle and I put it onto my extension bracket, and I always leave just a little bit of extra room on the front of the extension bracket. And the reason for that is I like to put my mic right onto the extension bracket, so I'm not sacrificing having a mic on my camera. And this is my Comica VM10. I talk about this mic way too much, but the gap between the little thumb screw and the actual like male Coldshoe is not wide enough to actually fit on the extension bracket. So I had to use a little, 1/4-22 Coldshoe on the mic so that I could just slide it right onto here. These little male Coldshoe things are insanely cheap and they usually come with a lot of other rigs. So anyways, that is my handle all put together. It's really just two components, the Coldshoe extension bracket and then the Coldshoe handle, and then a mic if you want one. But what's really cool is that you can just, slide it right onto your camera, tighten it down, plug your mic in, and boom, you're good to go. So you have a way that you can get low angle shots or just, tote your camera around like this if you want to, but it's really well balanced and it almost kind of feels like a little mini C100 almost. But yeah, this is a really cheap and easy way to get a top handle rig on your camera. I really like it, and I know that a few of you are probably saying, hey Nigel, that like puts stress on the hot shoe of your camera. I would definitely agree with you. If I had a Metabone speed booster and a Sigma 18-35 on this camera, I would definitely not want to hold it by the hot shoe because that would put stress on the hot shoe of the camera. But if you're using native lenses, like even the Panasonic 12-35 on here still wouldn't be that heavy. The Panasonic GH3 is not a heavy camera. The G6, the G7, A6300, any of those cameras, you can put a Coldshoe handle on top and you really don't have to worry about it that much. It's not going to ruin your camera. So anyways, that's my little cheap top handle rig for my Panasonic GH3. I really like having a top handle on my camera here and there, and it's just a really cheap and effective way to do it. So if you guys enjoyed this video, it'd be great if you hit the like button and subscribe to my channel for more content. I will have the links to all the pieces of kit that I talked about in this video in the description below. But until next time, take it easy.